Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 82. This is getting harder. The gem that is Grand Pacific Exchange. So I happen to own one of the Grand Pacific Exchange as part of my Hilton, and so as a result, I get access to the exchange. So what I'm going to do is go first, since it's a little more unusual than RCI and International, I'm going to describe a little bit about what GPX is. And then they have a $3.99 last minute stays, and there's actually a lot of them. So it's a pretty, in many cases, better than both Interval International and RCI as far as availability. I'll talk about the locations that are part of the GPX. So if this is a value to you, you can look at some of the resorts that potentially you could get into it. And then I'll go through the regular exchanges, and then I'll go through a sample with a screen scraping of exchange currently available as an example. So with that, that's what I'm going to talk about. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my channel, and then I'll be right back to go through the details. Hang in there. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and Worldmark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. So, I'm back. So what is GPX? So GPX is an exchange, and it's very similar to RCI in that you can exchange company. You must be an owner of a GPX location. There isn't you can't buy into the exchange only. You have to actually be an owner. So I did check into that. Similar to RCI or Interval International. And again, it's available to me because I actually own, there's 3 of the Hilton Grand Vacations that are actually part of that. So if you happen to own in Marbria, Grand Pacific Palisades, or Seapiointe Resort, they're all part of HGV, and you get this as a result. So I like their last minute specials. I actually have 2 of them booked right now. Actually, because Napa, which is where I'm doing my real estate, they happen to have a location there. So it has $399 per week, and it doesn't actually matter whether it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, unlike RCI, where it's a different rate depending on the size. This one has $399 whether it's a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom or a studio. So I actually booked a studio and a 1-bedroom in Napa. They also, what's a little bit different, I mean, Interval has it some, and so does, but I think you have to be at a higher tier, and RCI has it some, but you have to, again, I think you have to be at a slightly higher tier. There are sometimes less than a week offered. But they have actually daily rentals, and I looked at that, and it is discounted off, pretty much discounted below what you can get on some of the travel sites. So it's kind of nice to have a nightly rental if you want to treat it somewhat more like a hotel. So anyway, that's what GPX is, better known as Grand Pacific Exchange. On GPX, so I'm going to scroll down, and then here's the $3.99 insider rental weeks. This happens to be in about the last week of January, so let me just click on insider weeks. And there we load up. So here's an example. And I'm finding more short-term resorts available than I find on RCI. So all of these are $3.99 per week. And you can see here's a studio, a 1-bedroom in Tahoe in the middle of ski season. Here's Capistrano Beach right on the ocean. $3.99 2-bedroom for the week in April. Here's in Tahoe as well. So there's a 1-bedroom studio. But as you can see, there's quite a few of these available. There's a 1-bedroom, and there's a couple 2-bedrooms. Again, this is probably a little past ski season in April, but there often can be snow. And Tahoe Sands, another 2-bedroom in February in the middle of ski season for $3.99 for the week. So there's amazing deals to be found. I'm just scrolling through so you can see them. And here's another Olympic Village. 1-bedroom. So in the middle of ski season. Well, this is probably not. March is probably past it. And then San Diego, and Ramona Country Estates, just outside of San Diego, February and March. Again, they're usually not too far out. And then you go to Branson, Missouri, a 1-bedroom for $399. State Line is also right by Tahoe. And again, you can see 1-bedrooms. Looks like they're all 1-bedrooms there. But you can see quite a few options pretty much every week from now till April. And then Indio, there's just 1 week. More Branson, Missouri, quite a few. Even Fort Lauderdale, Florida in April, which is probably close to the peak season, a 1-bedroom for $399 for the week. Myrtle Beach in April. Cresco, Pennsylvania, I'm not sure where that is. In Canada, there's a couple. Las Vegas, Polo Towers, again, there's RCI is probably similar, but and you can go to Lake Havasu, which is in California or Arizona border, and of course Orlando, which is normal for many of them, and Leaky Tiki Village is one of the ones. It's actually Hilton Vacation Club. You have Utah skiing in March, and you can even go to Spain for $399 in 421, which is far enough out. That's almost 3 months out from today that you can go to Spain. And then there's Vegas, or go to Bali about 2 months out for a week on a 1-bedroom with 3 people for $399. Daytona Beach, North Carolina, more Orlando, and even Sedona. You can get a week for $399 in February. And this is my favorite in Napa. I've actually used this. I've actually booked 2 weeks already in February for $399 each. Amazing. And then here in Washington, more Las Vegas. So you can see quite a few to look at. So I think there's another club in Tahoe, 7 nights in a 2-bedroom on early March. And if you want to go to Indiana, the hick from French Lick, that would be Larry Bird. Lots of dates to go there. And then more Indio. So if you like Indio, amazing. You can go for 2-bedroom for $399 in February, March, and into April with 2-bedroom. And you can also go to Virginia and Estes Park, Colorado, in the middle of ski season, a 2-bedroom for $399. So pretty amazing. Anyway, that's the current list. I'm sure it changes every week. I was told they put them in every week, but I just wanted to show you this, what it's like with GPX. Okay, so Grand Pacific Exchange, mostly a West Coast thing, which makes sense since that's where the Hilton ones are in San Diego. But they have a couple resorts in Hawaii, one on the Big Island and 2 of them on Kauai. They have a whole bunch in Southern California. Then they have Napa, and then they have a group in the Lake Tahoe area. So it's primarily, I would say, this exchange is good for people in California. And then they would have in Utah. They do have affiliates all over the place. So there's even one in Bali. There was one in Spain and various places. So they do have relationships, and they do offer those as far as exchange goes. So they're more like RCI when it comes to exchange, but the actual resort locations where they're affiliated with, that's what this list is. Hope you enjoy that. Okay, I mentioned they have regular exchange, and what you can do, it's very similar to RCI. You can deposit a weekend so that you can then exchange it. The fees are similar. It's about maybe a little less. It's $199 for a standard fee. They do have special exchanges, which is $99, and again, that's probably in a little closer and a little more on the low peak season, but that's really nice to be able to do it for $99, specifically if you find a location that you really like. And then I've got a short video here just about to follow to actually show you an example of what the reservations are. Before I do though, I want to say thanks a lot for watching this. Don't forget to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. When you want to do a search, and I'm just going to stick with California, I just wanted to do a basic search just to show you what's available. So with any luck, I just select California. I'll just keep it keep it current, and I'm in January, but I'll pick February. The current year, and you can just do search, and then it pops up. So here's an example of the exchanges, but it also shows you that there's the exchange, which is $199, or the rentals. So you can actually see these are the non-discounted rentals, and you can see the studio's only $935, but a 2-bedroom and so forth. So that's now Tahoe, Carlsbad. So interestingly enough, you can this is actually the Hilton Grand Vacations as well. So you can compare that to renting via Hilton Grand Vacations to see how much that would be for a week. And that's a 1-bedroom, and this is another Hilton Grand Vacations, a Carlsbad, which obviously if you're trading Hilton points in for Hilton points, there's no reason to do the $199 exchange fee, since I already have that. But interesting one is now the India one is something I might want to exchange into, but I also can get that on the $399. So there's, you just scroll through here and you can see here's San Clemente, Oceanside. It's they have these are points I would potentially take some of my Hilton points and translate that into. And again, here's a Hilton Grand Vacations for that. And this is just for February. I could scroll out and get many more things. And Channel Islands is really nice. In Oxnard, it's close to that. If you want to go there and then do the island, go out for hiking. It's a beautiful place to go. San Clemente, again, wonderful locations, mostly in the southern California by San Diego, and that's what the availability is for February. So there you have it. That's an example of a search that's available, similar to RCI, but a different set of resorts.